Welcome back to the Brew Crew podcast, everyone. This is episode 264. Back in the church room bar. Sorry I wasn't there last week, but I wasn't saving anything.
No, you were.
Gallivanting
the globe.
Gallivanting the globe, saving cacao beans and whatever else. And I'm disappointed you couldn't tell the difference between the Ugandan and the Congolese.
Yeah.
Cacao beans or whatever the bean was that we
will do a blind
conversation
taste.
during that
we'll
time.
do a blind taste test.
I don't know that I'll pass that. I'm not saying
I will fail.
My disappointment also extends to myself for not being able to tell the difference. But I do know that Kenyan coffee is just fucking terrible. Do you like Kenyan coffee? Have you had it?
I've had many Eastern African coffees. I don't know if I've had Kenyan.
Yeah. We had some. When we went to anyway. This is the beginning of the podcast, everyone. When we went to Kenya, we left with some and we brewed it on the ship and. Boy, did no one drink that ever again. It sat in our ship,
maybe
office.
Did you get a smattering of Kenyan coffees, or was it
just one?
Just one.
Just like a gallon-sized bag of Kenyan coffee. It was branded. It wasn't like a Ziploc bag or anything. It was like a branded coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
Unlike the beer, which was Tusker, but just said beer on it. Which someone told me within the last year that they also had that same can. Which is awesome.
I've seen Tusker stateside.
Yeah, stateside it's got the elephant on it.
Yeah.
But there it was just a white can with beer on it, which just said beer on it. I guess you just assume it's Tusker. But it was branded coffee. It said Kenyan roast or whatever, and it was bad, very bad.
Interesting.
But I think I'm better now at drinking coffee because I don't use cream. Back then when I was in the Navy, I used cream in my coffee, so. I probably didn't like the mixture of it, or maybe now it would be different.
You know what?
I think about that sometimes.
You know what my number one additive in coffee is now? MCT oil.
MCT oil.
Yep.
I think I've had that in my coffee before. That's supposed to like speed up your like ketogenic state or something.
It's just supposed to satiate you because it's an MCT.
I don't know what that means.
Medium chain triglyceride. So it's just it's a fat. It's like a healthier fat. It's not like a soybean oil fat or anything like that, or a sunflower oil.
Healthy fats like fish oil.
The number 2 additive that I put in coffee, and I'm not a coffee drinker, but is mushroom powder.
Mushroom powder. I've heard that. I think you said that before.
Like cordyceps. And then number 3 is obviously peppermint schnapps.
Yeah, peppermint schnapps. Yeah, definitely.
So good, especially this time. Peppermint is just right below like coffee or like pumpkin, like as far as an additive or a gimmick in a beer or in a coffee. And again, not a coffee drinker.
Wait,
it's just
as
when
far
I have
as
it.
being not good?
No, as far as what I would want.
What you would want.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chuggalo mom used to be a big schnapps drinker, but it was peach. But since she's a big Fireball drinker now.
I like having Fireballs at work, like
that's
the
not
candy.
Peppermint, right? That's cinnamon.
That's cinnamon.
I don't really like Fireball much, so we don't have that in common. But I'll drink it. I mean,
I'm
not offended by it.
I like the Fireball candies.
Yeah, candies. I don't like those either. Big Red Gum, nope. Fireball.
That's right.
Candies,
I know we've talked about it. You gotta lick the wrapper of Big Head and stick it to your forehead.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do that either. But yeah, schnapps. That's good to put in coffee. I've
got some beer news. This was the biggest on ramp. We just sat and hung out, and we smoked our starter beers for about 45 minutes and just caught up with life. Nothing podcast related. Just life stuff that we can't talk about. That's not really good material. So Barrel House, I got 2 things for them. Barrel House, they just had a theft.
Oh no!
Did
really?
you see this?
I didn't see it.
So be on the lookout in the Dayton area. They posted the video to their Facebook page and all their social medias. They had a collection, right at the counter where you pay for JSF. And somebody came in and they posted the video, just like sat there like they were looking around or whatever, and took it and ran out the door because it's just that. Mm-hmm. And they hit the door and they spilled all the cash. So then they were like picking up the cash.
Oh my God, how embarrassing.
But they had been collecting since December, so well over a month, even with their closing or whatever. So that's unfortunate. Again, from just a small business trying to do well in the community and do good things. And then the number 2 is after last week's outreach with Peter Panda. So I found out Peter Panda came from Barrel House. So this is the first time I've ever used my connections. I contacted Barrel House and I go, if you have any more Peter Panda left, I will buy it and I will pay for it immediately. And they're like, Matt, don't worry. We have 2 bottles. We'll put 2 bottles on hold for you till Sunday. I went down immediately the next day after work, which would have been Thursday. And when people were clamoring for the beer, and I get there, and Sarah said, "I apologize. I know we said 2. There was only 1, so I got 1 bottle."
Hey, that's all right.
But I will say this, and I commented that Springfield Gate 844 goes right to. It's 1 turn to Barrel House. I couldn't believe it. I've never taken that
down
road.
Airway or something.
Not Airway. Springfield.
Oh, okay.
It runs alongside of Highway 4.
Oh,
you go all these warehouses and stuff.
Yeah, and it just runs you downtown.
Yeah, like if you go Airway, that's 3rd Street or whatever, and there's a lot more lights.
You can also get Airway goes all the way to base. Yeah, it's crazy. But you can get downtown just like one shot.
It was 12 minutes.
It's awesome.
Because normally I would hop on like a mouth breather like 675 and cut across Kiwi or whatever. So anyways, hyper localized. Don't steal money. I couldn't believe it, and they have it on camera. So they posted and they're like, hey, if you know this individual, we would like to talk to them.
Yeah. That I would also like to talk to them.
So
I don't actually want to talk to them.
What a bummer. I'll put if you are that person, I'll throw JT's contact information down below.
Yeah, and we can talk. We'll chit chat about why you stole that money.
Yeah.
I'm sure the why is. It's only a few things probably.
Yeah.
Some of them are,
probably a hot tub expansion.
Most likely a hot tub expansion. Some of them you can be sympathetic with. Some of them you can't be sympathetic with, and that's it. Those are the only reasons.
Probably to buy tickets to the Super Bowl. Maybe their team went to the Super Bowl and they saw what the Super Bowl tickets are costing.
If you're a Chiefs or a 49ers fan, you probably have the money.
I don't want to go to the Super Bowl knowing the cost that it is, and I can have a much more better time, whatever.
Yeah.
Cutting my finger off at JT's house or just sitting in my recliner.
There's reasons. The Super Bowl is one of those events where I think it's better consumed away from the game.
And this isn't even commercial. Don't even get me started. I don't need to see I'm just saying from a game aspect.
I understand. Yeah. Now, if you're going to Las Vegas, you also have many other things that would be more fun than going to the Super Bowl.
Right.
So there's that. Don't go to Las Vegas for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. There's other fun things in Las Vegas.
That's true.
Let's get to a beer.
Let's get to it. All right, so let's do this one first just because... let me think, actually. No, we'll do this one first because of what you did start the previous podcast with which was a peanut butter beer.
Peter Panda.
And so this will not live up to... The second I heard it, I knew. Well, I mean, let's see. Maybe it will.
Way to gild the lily.
I just think that you said and I quote, "This is the best peanut butter beer I've ever had." So let's
100%.
see if we could beat that. I'm not saying this beer is going to fall short. I'm thinking this beer is going to exceed expectations. So Grainworks, it's peanut butter chocolate time. Ready for that?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Did you know that was tripping animals too? I thought.
Well, I knew because you said it right away.
And then,
but
I screwed up. I didn't score the last 2 beers. Chuggalo Dave called me out on that. So if you think that it's just coming at you,
that happens.
I didn't score the last 2 beers. So
I don't think it's coming at me. I think it's just we're just getting QC'd. That's all. No one's got it out for me. I don't think
keep us in line. I encourage it.
This is a peanut butter cup stout. So by Grainworks, Westchester, Ohio.
Famous for their brown note. I will always. That would be one of my go-to top 10 beers I could name on. I could do the Pipeworks, Unicorn versus Ninja. I could do. There's just a couple of beers that for whatever reason and that can art just alone.
Oh yeah,
and that was your submission.
The brown. Yeah, I'd actually forgotten that was Grainworks. The can art is just. It's so much different on this one. That was my submission. That was back in the day when I don't even think we were doing the podcast yet.
No, that was.
Oh, we were?
It was early. That had to have been sub 50.
But that was not for the podcast. I submitted that for the beer club.
Really?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. I remember because I think I had to buy 2 4-packs for that one.
Do you still have the remnants of it in your fridge?
No. I've gone through a few cycles of giving away a lot of beer from all the leftovers that I never wanted to drink again. One of which I just thought about on the way here. I thought about, wow, we've never done the mystery cooler, which we had really teased for many, many podcasts. And I thought about the common...
That's against the grain. Sorry, it's not Grainworks.
Oh, against the grain. Okay, yeah. So it's different. But anyway, I was thinking about the California Commons and how you had... Did you have an open one or you had a closed one?
For which one?
For California Commons. I mean, this was a long time ago, but we were teasing that there would be in the Mystery Cooler of Death.
There were California Commons in the Mystery Cooler of Death for the draft party.
Oh, the draft party.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. You did do that. We just didn't do it on the pod. And I remember we teased it for a while. And I thought about, on the drive here, I was thinking about that. I thought about a couple things, actually. And I used to lead off the podcast with like a little crazy thing I was thinking about on the way here. Like a phrase.
Yeah, a phrase that pays.
Weird. But I don't do that anymore. But I was thinking, like, do you think if aliens saw us from space? This is separate from the California Commons thing, which I'll get back to. If aliens are watching us, do they think cars are, like, organic life forms? You know, because if you're just looking from a distance, you're like, wow, look at all those aliens. To them, we're aliens. So they're like, all those aliens are just queuing up on the road, like there's traffic. Or, wow, look at those. It's like a really synchronized... Because what happened was I was driving, and then this guy that was on my right, he went a little ahead of me and went like that while I was actually switching lanes to the right side because I needed to make a right turn. And I was like, wow, that would look really cool from overhead. And then this is my line of thinking. And I was like, that would look really cool if you could see it from above. And then I was like, what if aliens are watching us? Oh, what if they think our cars are the actual beings? Like, there's two types of beings. It's people and cars.
Were you drinking on the way?
No, I wasn't.
I drank a beer.
You never just have these like wild thoughts. Because like if we visited another planet, our first glance at that planet, we wouldn't be like, look at those vehicles that the aliens are driving. We'd be like, oh, those are the aliens. You know, those are the beings of that planet.
They would have to get really
close. Until we like figure out that there's something inside those vehicles, we wouldn't know. We would think that cars are people.
It's a deep thought. It's just, I would like to see you apply your mental prowess to good things.
I do. But when I'm driving, I can't can't apply it to good things. Just gotta let my mind run wild.
I often, a lot of those, I often think when I'm in a car, since it's a moment of honesty, I think like I'm a James Bond car and like some of the buttons like fire missiles or
that'd be sweet. I like that thought. That's actually
I've had that for decades.
Yeah.
Ever since I've been driving. But not the out of body omnipotent what would a sentient alien race look upon our world and gaze. Hey, what's...
Well, yeah, you probably never had the exact same thought I had. But it's just an interesting thought to think. The first time you ever have seen something that's totally foreign to you.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't know how to process that information correctly. You would have no way. So that's what I was thinking about on the way here. That, and then I was thinking about how California Commons, the Mystery Cooler of Death thing, I was thinking I should have had 2 more of those, at least. But I don't remember what happened to them.
We had Dorothy's Old World, Toppling Goliath, Dorothy's World. I threw 3 of those in, and those got snatched up pretty quickly because they were the bigger cans. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember Dorothy, yeah. But
those are California Commons.
Oh, okay. Well, I meant just like on the Kinslager.
Kinslager, another one, yeah.
Was that a 4-pack? I don't remember. I was just trying to think like, we're going way back.
Because you abandoned a Kinslager here, so I put a Kinslager in there.
So that's where that one. But I've gone through several cycles of giving beer away, like on our town's Facebook like free stuff page, and I don't remember ever giving Kinslager away. But I don't have any.
You left some here.
Okay, so that's probably where it all was.
Now I took, because it had been 15 months or whatever since we had done the Mystery Cooler Death, and I had a case. I had 24 beers, so I took a lot of them to my in-laws, and they listen. Out shout to them. I'll be seeing them in a couple of days. Because and then I covered this on the podcast or one of the shorts. Their best friends will hunt out my beers because they know I spend a lot of money. not nice because a lot of those
nice.
come back home.
Mm-hmm.
So my father-in-law does a good job of buying, like Grumpy Grandpa and stuff like that we had a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. But there's other ones that I want to bring home, and I'll pre-position. Mm-hmm. Like I'll pre-position a couple of toppling Goliaths or whatever. Not preposition. I preposition other people. But I pre-position beers because, when I get there at long drive, kids, all that, they need it more than I do. But I, want to crack, mm-hmm. preposition a toppling Goliath or something like that. It's all gone. Yeah. So I pre-positioned a box of Castaways from the Mr. Cooler Death up there. And so at our Christmas party with my in-laws and their best friends and their two wonderful kids, they just did Murderer's Row. Like, they went through and drank a third of at least 8, 9, 10 of those beers.
Wow.
Like, one of them was malt liquor, Axeman. And Paul, so it was 11.2%, killed it. It comes
boom,
in, he's like, that's really good.
Fuck yeah.
Joke's on you. Those are delicious beers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, when I drink
a couple
beers,
Wild Ohios in there. Remember, people brought Wild Ohios.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
I just need more space.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about on the way here.
What do aliens think about that when you're, purposely trying to give somebody terrible beer?
I wish I knew.
Things to think about.
Aliens, they don't drink beer.
They don't?
They drink a different kind of
Romulan ale.
They
Romulan ale.
Imbibe on something else because they're aliens and they don't have beer. Do you think maybe? Well, I mean, we could go into a lot of philosophical discussions, but maybe we should save it. I don't know. Just the evolution of material, organic material on Earth.
Yeah,
it's different. It's different. It's got to be different on every planet. So, like hops as a preservative, on another planet, it's probably not. It doesn't exist. I would guess.
Yeah, maybe just they don't have the same chains.
The occurrence of DNA basically in all these materials is totally unique to our planet. I think. Something to think about. What do they use as a preservative in Betelgeuse? In that, well, that's the star, right? In that solar system, that whatever orbits Betelgeuse, our closest friends.
Can I while we ruminate on this beer, because I'm about halfway and I have thoughts, but I've got a beer situation. It's surpassed my notes. This delightful 7.4% stout that we're drinking from Grainworks.
7.4.
So Central Waters, which is a big brewer, this last weekend had their anniversary party. Mm-hmm. The tickets sell out in 15. Like, they raffle off tickets, and their facility is nothing to. It's just a big warehouse where they do all their brewing. But they're heralded as the number one brewer by all the snobberies and everyone in Wisconsin.
Okay.
So it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the city of Amherst, and we've done them before on the podcast. It's just lauded beer. So anyways, my best friend and Chuggalos Seth, Chuggalo Mikey, both went to this anniversary party. It's their 25th anniversary party. And they got tickets. They got a hotel room, and you'll understand why that's funny in a little bit. And so they call me, and it's Royal Rumble night.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the midst of Royal Rumble, and they're like, hey, and they've had a good time. You can tell. We've got 5 allotments. Are you willing to buy some allotments? And I go, okay, so what's in the allotment?
Yeah, let's talk about this. Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's $50 and you get this. I was like, all right, I'll take 2. And I go, how come you have allotments? Because you can't get tickets to this event. Like, it's a very exclusive thing. And they're like, well, these other people came and they didn't want their allotments because it's kind of like Ale Fest or whatever. You just walk around and everything's massive. They're not an IP. Everything's stouts, barley wines. Everything is
just hammered.
It's just right. And I was like, I'll take a couple.
You're the nail.
So, anyways, here's the situation that I'm presenting to you, JT, and to you, the Chuggalo community. I want to hear what you would do in this situation down below. So they shut down the party. I think the party kicks everyone out at midnight. All right. So they're on their way back to their hotel. Everyone's got a shuttle. It's highly organized, even though it's out in the middle of nowhere. So they're in their shuttle. They get to their hotel. They're on the 3rd floor. So, of course, inebriated. They get in the elevator. The elevator gets stuck. for an hour and a half.
No way.
They're stuck in the elevator, and everyone, if you listen to this podcast, we've all been in this situation. When you've come back from a late night of having good times, good memories or whatever, the last thing you want to do for multiple reasons, one, you want to sober up because you know the day is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you probably have to go to the bathroom, and like you didn't, and now you're stuck in an elevator for an hour and a half. Yeah. So I woke up that Sunday to 30 Snapchats of them just it took an hour and a half again.
How many people were in there with them?
Just them.
Just them.
Just those two.
Damn. So they actually had to use the emergency.
They had to use the emergency.
Wow.
So what would you do in that situation? Sorry, there was a lot of preamble. I had to load the deck on that one, right? What would you do in that situation? There's nothing you... It's like you pick a corner.
You have to go. Yeah, you got to go in the corner. So similarly, I had a panic moment in my past. It was when I was in the Navy. When you go to Pearl Harbor, you typically will take a bus to Waikiki. And that bus ride is very long, especially when you're coming back.
Is Waikiki the one with the sandbar that you can go to like half a mile off?
Yeah, probably. Okay. Probably.
Yeah.
But Waikiki is like the main, like the CBD, the Central Business District of Hawaii's, that island.
Yeah. I think that's Oahu.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So you go out and then you catch the bus, same spot that it dropped you off, and it brings you back to Pearl Harbor, and you get on your ship. Well, that ride is long, and we had been drinking all night, and it's all light beer. You're in the Navy, you can't afford anything, so you're just drinking like beer after beer after beer. I'd gone through what I consider to be the 7 stages of grief, all the way to acceptance that I was gonna piss my pants. Like I had to go so bad that like first it's denial, and then whatever all the other steps are, and then boom, I was like, okay, I'm going to piss my pants, and that's just what it is. But I'm gonna let it happen against my will. I'm gonna wait until I absolutely have to pee my pants. And somehow I saw that we were close out the window, and I was like, all right, I can hold it, so I'm not gonna piss my pants. But having experienced that series of events, you pick a corner and you go.
Yeah,
there's no way you hold it.
No, like it's not your. I mean, I think I get to the point where like because it's a hotel and there's not a lot of space, I'm trying to open the doors. I think I would try to, and we haven't talked, about their situation, about their temporary incarceration.
Yeah. I would try to open the doors for sure.
Right. I'm not going out through the top. I'm not doing that.
No, that sounds dangerous.
I'm not doing like the movies.
They act like that's a thing, but it's not. It's not a thing.
But like I could probably fit betwixt. But yeah, to use I'm just glad it worked because you take a hotel, 3 floors, 4 floors, or whatever. Maybe that button doesn't work or they fucking disable it or whatever. But there's a lot of people that certify elevators or whatever. So here's to you, a cold one to you guys. To you. But anyways.
What did they do?
They waited.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats.
We didn't get any stories on them picking a corner and having like for me I knew I would probably have to take a shit.
Oh yeah, that's different.
That's
taking a shit is you're going up. You're going up through the hole in the ceiling if you're taking a shit.
No, that's
you're not doing that.
And you're hanging it like in the gap or whatever. You like your ass cheek or whatever.
Just let it slide down. Like slit.
In that situation, if I have to go and I'm taking a shit, I'm taking a shit and a sock's going because I probably don't have a knife to like cut my t-shirt or something like that.
You think you could get? Oh, you're going to use the sock to wipe.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to poo in the sock. I was like, that's skill, dude.
That's a gamble. That's a gamble.
You're getting your hands dirty, but...
Hopefully it's a dress sock.
The problem with picking a corner, I don't know if there was carpet or not. If there was
carpet. I wish it wasn't Snapchat because I'd show you.
If there's carpet, it's a good situation. But if it's not carpet and you pee, you basically have ruled out sleeping.
Oh, yeah. They were laying down. Yeah, they were like...
Man, I don't know. If I had to pee and I had to hold it that long, that would be impossible.
Because you think you'd be able to get the door open wide enough to hang your wiener out.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Pee out the door.
Like have a bro. Like
and that's good because it just goes and go down the elevator shaft and smell, but that's fine.
Yeah, at least it's not so at least you can still lay down.
I can't believe that. That sucks. You never think that would happen.
Nope.
It's too.
Another reason I'm not claustrophobic. I enjoy tight spaces. I'm the complete opposite. This is why I use the stairs everywhere. I don't like elevators. Maybe if I have luggage or something like that, but most of the time, even if I have luggage, like when I go to my hotel for military or whatever, I just hoof it up the stairs.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a hero. It's just
I don't. I use the stairs when I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to ride the elevator.
Maybe I'm just annoyed always in life.
Maybe.
I'm annoying to everyone in life.
No, I don't think that's true.
So.
I don't like people mostly. So I'll take the stairs when I know that the elevator is going to be full. I don't want to experience that.
Oh yeah. Even in college, like the history department was on the 7th floor. I was just, and that was tight. That was a tight.
7's too many for me.
Yep.
Yeah, in Vegas we stayed on the 13th floor, and there were times where it would have been beneficial to take the stairs.
Because even like Stacy's down with taking the stairs.
Down's easy.
No, I'm saying she's down.
No, I know what you mean. I'm also separately. I'm thinking out loud, like going down the stairs is fine.
Yeah.
No matter what distance. Up is the hard part. That's the hard part. So anyway.
Do you have thoughts on this beer?
Yeah, I have thoughts on this beer.
That's what you call a giant off-ramp.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm going to go first.
Do it.
Okay, so this beer was left out for a little bit. I think the warmth brought it up a little bit, brought up the score a little bit. Colder beer does better, but again, certain situations, esters, adjuncts, etc. Okay, so 7.4%. It feels about right. It's light for a stout, but that's fine. You have a gimmick stout here with the peanut butter chocolate. It's very abrasive, but abrasive in an unexpected way, not in an off-putting way. Like it's very strong, and this is something that talked about, like stouts not relying on coffee. This doesn't have any coffee build to it or anything like that. But it's stronger in its presence, and it's weird. My palate has a memory to the smoothness that Peter Panda was. This is not smooth at all. It's robust. It's abrasive in that aspect. Off the top rope, I'm going to give this a 3.75. Again, I always say with like peanut butter beers, it's like they left a little bit of the shell on and you're getting a little bit of that earthy texture to it, which every 5th or 6th peanut, like if you go to the ballpark or whatever, I'm just eating the whole thing. So it's something that I seek.
Every 5th or 6th peanut, you're eating the whole thing.
I'm eating the whole thing, so
I'm
not cracking.
Husking everything.
I'm not cracking it. Yeah, I just
eating the whole thing.
Toss the whole thing.
No way.
Fiber.
I'm not doing that.
Really?
The whole thing with the shell?
Oh yeah.
No way.
Every 5th or 6th, maybe.
Why is the like?
It just changes
what's
the
with
texture.
The increment? It changes the texture.
It slows me down. Otherwise, I'm just gonna.
It's
It's longer to chew on that.
I never.
Really?
Considered.
You don't eat the shell?
No.
Never ever.
Never eaten the shell. I will like sunflower seeds. I'll put the shell in my mouth and crack it with my teeth.
Yep.
To get the salt off and stuff.
Yep.
But okay. I will then remove the shell. And
yeah.
throw it on
So like on sunflower seeds, it's like once every 300, I'll just eat the whole thing. Like if I'm getting up somewhere, because when I put sunflower seeds in, which is also a baseball game, like I'll bring 2 bags with me. I throw in like 40 at a time.
So that's.
I know people that eat them individually. That's too much work.
Oh, who's eating them individually? You're a fucking psychopath. If you're eating
sunflower
seeds individually, you're a psychopath, and you shouldn't be eating sunflower seeds.
Now that you've declared them a psychopath, I don't feel comfortable naming them.
I don't know
but they're out there, and they know who they are.
Some of the people who've been like anti-JT on this podcast. I apologize. I hope you're not. I hope you continue to listen.
No. No.
My biggest because my kids play so much baseball.
Just a second, I'm running through it. There's so many people that are anti-JT that listen.
How many? At least 80.
I just want. It rhymes with 17.
Oh, that's a good number. That's a good number.
So far, I'm through 4 of them, and none of them eat them that way.
I don't think most people don't. I have the sunflower seeds will create a problem for your dental hygiene. Not that your teeth aren't clean, but like it fucks shit up if you do it too much. And I have overdone sunflower seeds on many occasions. You got to make it through all these games, and then you're like, I'll just do a handful of them.
What is your chipmunk cheek?
Yeah.
No, what side?
Left. Well, it was left, but then I had to get crowns, and now it's the right, and it was really hard to switch.
Yeah, I'm a left chipmunk cheek too.
Yeah, left cheek, but the crowns, I don't want to fuck the crowns up. Because I don't want to have to go back and do that. That was a nightmare process.
Yeah, my crowns are the front.
So I switched sides.
Switch hitter.
And mostly I just stopped eating sunflower seeds. I wonder if the sunflower seeds contributed to needing the crowns.
No, my son, it knocked my bonding off. It's just awkward chewing.
It's just, I love sunflower seeds. It's a great invention. And now that all of them are on this like big sunflower seed thing.
Right. Fuck David. David
does the bigs now too.
Oh god, they're the worst. Like if somebody gives me a bag of David, I'm like, yeah, thanks for the homeless.
The Takis sunflower seeds are so fucking good. If you guys get
Bigs are up there. Dakota Kid
Bigs are good. Yeah.
Are good. Giant are really good. There's a couple of smaller brands or whatever that you don't hear about. Spits are really good. Their cracked pepper is one of my favorites.
Interesting.
But David are homeless ones, like gross.
David makes some good ones. Yeah, they do.
They make sadness and disappointment.
Yeah, they make good ones.
Like everyone's gonna be like their queso or their salsa ones.
No, the sweet and savory one is so good.
Their seeds are so small that
they make big ones now. They make big ones.
Giants, Spit. Dakota
I think
Kid.
David's realized that the little sunflower seeds suck.
And the problem is they're the lion's share of the market.
And you get those warm ones. Oh shit, that ruins your day.
They're the Bud Light of sunflower seeds. I'm gonna say that.
They're the Bud Light of sunflower seeds. Well, that's probably true.
Yeah. Also, it's really nice to get a spitter that's a 16-ounce can because then you've got a lot of work to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the other thing is like with this travel ball, they play at this complex. You can't spit your seeds on the ground. I fucking hate that. I get it though. Can't art butter segment. I'm not even gonna get up to this. It's not really. It's the peanut butter jelly time banana, which was a banana. Oh, you didn't have to do that. So it was a banana for that. There it is. Peanut butter chocolate time. In the peanut butter jelly time video, the original viral video.
This is sponsored by Todd, Chuggalo Todd.
Yes, sponsored by Chuggalo Todd. Thanks, Todd.
Yeah, I will see him. He'll put me in a headlock Friday.
Oh, okay.
We didn't give him the out.
All right, good. Yeah, outshot to Chuggalo Todd.
Yeah.
So
he's not one of the he's not one of the 17, by the way.
No, I think that we have a mutual respect for each other. I like that because I think Todd's a great. Separate from the podcast, I've enjoyed every interaction I've had with him. So
unrelated, what's your PayPal so I can send you that money?
Yeah, I'll let you know later. Okay. It's Venmo actually.
Venmo, gross.
I'm modern day stuff. PayPal's spying on us.
Yeah.
So it was a banana. Now it's a peanut butter cup because it's a peanut butter chocolate time. But that doesn't really make sense because the banana was never really related to peanut butter or jelly. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. They should have had it be another like tertiary thing, like it was with the peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter and banana are linked.
Peanut butter and banana are my favorite
wants
snack.
Banana and jelly.
My single favorite snack: peanut butter and banana.
That's your number one snack.
That is my number one snack, and I used to eat it every day, but I gained a shitload of weight, and I stopped doing that. But I would every night.
What kind of peanut butter though?
Every night around 8:00, crunchy.
Okay. I'm going to call out JT, point at the screen because he'll listen. Chuggalo Pete, who called me out he's like, creamy peanut butter is the only peanut butter.
That's not true.
Wrong.
That's not true.
Wrong.
Chunky peanut butter is better.
That's for you, Pete.
So I would grab a spoon and a banana and a jug of crunchy peanut butter.
32
and I would
ounce.
skip and put it on there, take a bite. Just do that until the banana was gone, and I love that snack. It was amazing.
I've heard, can you confirm or deny, that for one banana you would need 2 32-ounce jars of peanut butter? Is that accurate?
I wish, because I love peanut butter. I really do. But no, it wasn't that much. I tried to be conservative with the peanut butter. But sometimes you get carried away, you know?
Yeah.
It's so good.
It just ends up on nipples.
And during that time when I was doing this peanut butter and banana snacking thing, and this was like as recently as last year. So it wasn't like years ago.
So a month ago?
No, not a month ago. Like 6 months ago. I had tried many different peanut butters. And in fact, to kind of bring it full circle, Peter Pan peanut butter has the most peanut buttery flavor of the peanut butters I tried. And I tried a lot.
Interesting.
And so that's what I started using for my banana snacks.
We're a Jif house because Jif is what's sold at Sam's Club.
Jif's good, and Jif has an extra crunchy
they do
jar, which is great because they have 3 creamy, crunchy, and extra crunchy.
Anytime that I've gone out with JT, this is the motto that he lives by, and I have adopted it for my peanut butter.
Whatever it is,
the more nuts, the better.
That's exactly my motto. That's my mantra, my motto, and this is the way I live my life.
And we've tried to get it on bumper stickers and license plates, and they've rejected everyone.
Yeah, the more nuts, the better. That's what I always say. So that can art is Peanut Butter Cup, and he's dancing with pom poms just like the original Peanut Butter Jelly Time. Great video. Not sure that if that video was released today, it would go viral. But back then, we were thirsting a viral video with a ridiculous, easy to remember song, and that's what we got. So that's the can art bonus segment brought to you by Chuggalo Todd. The beer itself, I would say that of all the things that's going on in this beer, there's a tang in this beer that is unappealing. The base,
like a knife tang, like the full tang, knife that goes all the way through the entire handle. That's a full tang.
I didn't know that. That's what that's called. That like methodology of knife making.
Yeah. So sometimes it's a nub and it just. But if
it's just like it's pegged in there.
Yeah.
But that's when it goes through the full thing.
When it goes through and it's like riveted.
My knives, I think, are full through.
That's a full tang.
Those are classy knives.
That's
full tang.
That's a good.
That's a good. We're learning stuff about terminology in different industries.
Full tang.
The knife industry uses tang in a different way. Well, the way I'm using it is, there's sort of like in a lot of sour fruits, there's a tanginess to them.
Yep.
Not the sour part, but the tang from the fruit itself. This beer has a tang. It registers in my brain as tanginess, and I don't like it. It doesn't complement the peanut butter very well. I don't really get... Make sure I'm being honest here. I guess I do get some of the chocolate notes on this beer.
Okay.
But not in a way that I would prefer. What this tastes like to me is just shitty candy. Shitty Easter candy, basically. You can get like store-bought.
Now I taste circus peanuts in my mouth.
Oh, yeah, circus peanuts a little bit. Yeah,
Gross.
Actually. That's true.
You put that in my mind.
Yeah. There's a certain style of chocolate peanut butter candies that are totally generic that you get on like Easter for a holiday or something, and they're not Reese's, so they don't have the same delicious richness. And that's kind of, this reminds me of that. And I don't know what the peanut butter or the peanut content on this beer is, but I feel like I'm now of forming an opinion that you have about oranges.
Yep.
About this beer. Fake peanut butter is not for me. I think this beer is well below average. One thing I always think about when I drink the peanut butter porter at Crooked Handle is I wish this was a stout, because I wonder how rich and delicious that would be. This does not answer that question. This beer is a 2.25. It is technically drinkable, but not delicious in really any regard for my own taste buds. I don't like it.
It's just JT has this for.
Yeah. Sorry, Grainworks. I like Grainworks beer, just not this one.
So tangentially, while you think about the second beer, what do you call a good quality? What does a surgeon call a good quality knife in someone's rectum?
In someone's rectum.
Yep.
Let me think for a second.
Sure.
Maybe.
This is the thinking part of the. I should
yeah.
have the Jeopardy.
I wish I don't want to kill the dead air.
No,
or
that's
anything,
fine.
But what does a good surgeon? They have to be a good surgeon.
Yep.
Call a.
What is a surgeon?
Knife in someone's rectum.
Yep. What does a surgeon call a good knife?
Oh, good knife.
Good knife in someone's rectum.
I don't know.
A full poo-tang.
Oh, all right. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Tang. That's very good. Good joke. Great joke.
It's terrible.
Did you make that up?
I just wrote it down right now.
Wow, for making it up, that's pretty good. And the bravery to say it out loud.
Bravery.
The bravery to
you
say
did
it
a
out
polite
loud.
way of calling. You are an idiot.
You're brave. You're so brave.
You're brave.
Great job.
So brave.
Yeah. This next beer.
Holy buckets. There's a lot going on here.
Also from Ohio. Cincinnati, I believe, right? I'm trying to find.
Sonder?
Mason.
Yeah, they're from Betwixt Us. And
Betwixt
they learned their craft brewery skills in Wisconsin.
Oh, good for them. Sonder Brewing.
We've done these multiple times.
I don't remember what I was watching, but I heard some statistics about Wisconsin recently.
The best state.
But I don't want to talk about them on the air because I don't want anyone to be upset.
Oh,
not you. No. No one that I have in mind. I just don't want unintentionally.
One of the 17s.
Someone I don't know.
Oh, one of the 17s.
No, they can be upset all they want. Like, I don't care if you don't like me. If you come into this podcast already looking for things to pick on me for, well, that's on you. I mean, great. I'll give you something to listen to. You know, I'll make sure that I interweave shit about myself that you'll hate.
So it's going to be Stev is creating other accounts. His take on the beers.
That would be hilarious if it was Stev this whole time just creating hate accounts.
Stev is just, still driving up numbers, Stev.
Just amazing guy. It could never be overstated. Well, he came to the show I played. Can you believe that? Him and his wife.
He told me that.
That's amazing.
Because when he dropped off the hot water.
What an amazing thing. He was the only friend that wasn't like family.
Yep.
That came. It was awesome. I was like, damn, dude. Amazing.
Yeah, so I just took the full poo-tang there.
No, that wasn't a knock at you. You have little kids. You had a real excuse. I invited people who didn't provide an excuse. I actually invited people who said they were going to be there and didn't come.
Okay.
You actually told me before the show that you couldn't come.
Because I go to bed at like 6:30.
Yeah, no, don't worry about you. Stage? Yeah, 11. 10. 10, I think.
I was even in bed before. It's not like I was, sitting jerking off or whatever or something like that.
It's cool if you were. It's cool if you were. Just like fake peanut butter.
It's cool.
You can jerk off while we play a show.
In-laws listen to this one too. I mean, it happens. Yeah, that's right.
I have two teenagers who one has about a year through puberty, one's in it now, and it's just, you gotta sometimes even the most religious Christians have to deal with the truth of puberty, and it is a disgusting, smelly nightmare.
Yeah.
Anyway, you ready to open this thing
up? I'm more ready for anything. Ready? Scans primed.
3, 2, 1. This is Sonder Kings Island Strawberry Funnel Cake. So they've made a few
this one's gonna be better.
Kings Island beers before. I believe other fruity style flavors. This one, though, I haven't tasted it yet, should register a little bit of doughiness and a little bit of fruit. Maybe a kind of a homage. They wouldn't be because it's Sonder, but it would be my personal homage to Toppling Goliath's Strawberry Fandango. That's my hope here, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, you get a lot of Toppling Goliath in that one.
Oh, man.
My
expectations were like a roller coaster.
This
was the down angle on a Kings Island roller coaster.
This is one for the award show.
Damn, Sonder.
As you're talking all this.
They learned this from Wisconsin. I'm embarrassed.
Oh, man, as I just rolled out the red carpet for them. They have some interesting gimmick
Sonder
beers.
makes good beer. This isn't one of them.
Yeah,
but they make it.
That's what I said. They have some interesting gimmick beers. This is one of them.
So Kings Island, have you been?
No, I was going to ask you that.
I wish you'd been. I was previously a gold season ticket holder.
Ron.
The gold gets you free drinks.
Yeah. Ron went. I think he's a gold pass.
There's a platinum where you get free food. And that's probably what Ron is. He seems like he'd be top tier guy.
With his Bluetooth and his polo.
Hell yeah, dude.
Plugged in.
So Kings Island, I'm a big adult theme park, not like adult themed, not adult themed theme parks.
They just
Well,
had
like,
the AVN Awards in
theme
Vegas,
parks,
and JT
theme
was
parks
up for
that aren't geared towards little children, like Disney. I fucking hate Disney. I don't understand Disney people. I just learned that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are both Disney people, and I had previously defended that relationship. Like, it's not so bad. It's just, who cares? No, but now that they're Disney people, fuck them. That sucks.
I'm going to Disney in
You're going to Disney. You have little
months.
kids. You have little kids. I have teenagers, and like we love Kings Island. Six Flags is like, I think everyone should. We did Disney as well with little kids. You should graduate.
Yeah.
From Disney to Universal or Six Flags. Kings Island I put in the category of six. It's a roller coaster centric, so it's not like a little kid's thing. Like 8 or 9 roller coasters at Kings Island.
I like roller coasters. Don't get me wrong. I would like to go to a water park 9 times.
Water parks are great.
I like going
Universal's
to
water park is amazing.
And
if you haven't been there, you should go there.
If it works out and we can go, cool.
Please
Otherwise,
go.
we have a water park.
I think it's called Volcano Bay or something.
Yeah.
Very fun.
We go
very fun.
We go to the best indoor water park in the country, and it's
which is
the Kalahari.
Oh, okay.
And there's a couple of Kalaharis around the country. But,
I don't know what that. Where's that?
The one we go to is in Wisconsin Dells.
Naturally.
And it's it's a wonderful time. Everyone has a good time, and there's applicability to all ages. Like I have a hoot there, and the lines move pretty well. All right, this beer tastes like JT nails it with like household chemicals or whatever. This is a thing that I have a lot of history with. This beer tastes like incense. It's a home run. I just hit a motherfucking grand slam. This tastes like the smoke
it does have
of
a little incense.
And gasoline, which is it's thin potpourri chips.
Yeah, it's got to be incense.
Because like when you aerosolize it or whatever, like
this is
backfill your mouth with it.
There's a specific. I'm in a location. This flavor, it just put me back in time. I'm trying to think of where
they did strawberry. I burned a lot of incense growing up. I'm very familiar with it. This beer would find its home in the mystery cooler of death because it would be everyone's like thinking ales and lagers and like just robust things. This would be a palate wrecker without giving you a beer off. This gives you a beer off in the ABV because it's only 4.8%, so it doesn't offer much. And like, what the fuck is going on with like?
What is this beer?
Who are you catering to? That just like this is like a sad clown emoji.
Like Kings Island signed off on this shit?
No, there's no way.
There's no fucking way.
There's no way that that you nailed it.
This is not strawberry funnel cake.
There's not a. I get like funnel cakes. I don't seek them out or whatever because there's much better fair
don't
food.
Don't seek them out, but have them when they're available. They're delicious. It's just dough fried.
I can't.
This doesn't taste like that.
Like flat strawberry pop, like cheap knockoff strawberry pop, but like with incense.
Almost like flat. It's strawberry seltzer pop, seltzer water. There's only
I do have strawberry bubblies in the fridge right now. We could almost do.
There's only one seltzer I drink, and it's the Walmart brand seltzer, and it is the single best seltzer they make. It is not Walmart, anyone. It's the best seltzer on the market. I love it. I actually stopped drinking soda, and I exclusively drink Walmart brand seltzer water.
Fresca is pretty.
It's a ridiculous thing.
We go through a lot of Fresca in the house because Fresca is considered sparkling water.
Everyone we've ever given that to loves it. Now, if you don't like fake sugar, some people are really trying to not do that. Then you won't like this.
I'm gonna have to power through this one.
I don't think I'm gonna power through it.
Look for this beer on the Oakwood giveaway
this
site
sucks.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I'm giving the shit away. I'm giving this. I don't know how to say it. With
more
emphasis, I'm giving it away to the extreme.
There's no. This would be closer to bologna sandwich than it is to fucking strawberry funnel
cake. That actually is true. Like saying it out loud. If you called this a bologna sandwich beer, and I tasted exactly what's in this, I'd be like reasonable.
I feel like I'm on a hidden camera show. Like
maybe it's some sort of like pimento bologna where you like intertwined a little bit of strawberry into the bologna, And that's what this beer is.
I didn't eat a lot of pimento loaf when I was younger. Like, it was the last lunch meat to go in the house. But now I could get down with some pimento loaf.
Well, pimento loaf, by its name, is kind of limited to just like cheese being stuffed into a ham. But you could really make a loaf, like a spotted loaf, out of anything. You could make a bologna with like spots of a really high-end cheese. That would be a contradiction of moral
Speaking
values.
of deli meats and fine meats, last weekend I went and bought 2 pounds of deli meat, knowing that my in-laws were coming to town, and I like deli meats too. And then my wife didn't look that I bought, so she went and bought another 2.5 pounds. So Chuggalo Todd, it's going to be 17 pounds of deli meat in the house.
Wow,
please,
that's a lot of deli meat.
Please bring your
appetite.
This fucking.
Bring your fins.
I don't know. I would give this to somebody as a gag because I don't know if I've looked at it and been like, all right, this is going to be this has the opportunity to be an exciting, and the roller coaster is the best way to put it. This roller coaster unfortunately careened off the tracks, and everyone's in a heap, and you've just made the 6 o'clock news, and they've shut down the ride. Off the top rope, it's fucking incense. Like there's like the incense elicits like a smoke or like a I don't. How is that a
like
fucking funnel cake?
It's like it's the emission of burning plastic.
I didn't have. If you listen to episode 262, thanks for chiming in or listening.
Yeah, thanks.
I didn't have a sub 2 beer all of last year. We didn't even make it a fucking month into it, and I'm gonna have a sub 2 beer off the top rope.
Same.
This is a 1.5. This is
generous.
I think I can drink all of it because I don't like wasting, but like this is offensive. Like, I thought, oh, this is just judging it by its label. This is gonna be a 4. Strawberry by Daughters Eat Strawberries, like it's their job.
Well, I'll get up this time because I don't want you to have to do my stuff. It seems like a chore to have someone else do it.
I can easily stand up.
Not that it's a chore for you, just it's rude of me.
By the way, I haven't gotten paid for my chores.
Yeah, I'll give you an allowance. The Cannon Burner Sonder brought to you by Chuggalo. Todd, thanks, Todd.
He doesn't want this associated with him.
Oh, okay.
Did you bring an extra one?
The only can art on here is the Eiffel Tower that they have at Kings Island, which is a replica Eiffel Tower that you walk past when you go to different roller coasters.
Is it the same size?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been to France, so I don't know what size the Eiffel Tower is, but I'm going to say no.
Do you want to know?
I think the Eiffel Tower is very tall.
You want to know a piece of Eiffel Tower trivia?
I do.
The Eiffel Tower was only built to be up for 20 years, and the only reason it lasted longer is because they used it for a radio tower during World War I.
That makes sense. Great fact. What was the purpose of it? I used to know. The purpose was...
the World's Fair.
The World's Fair, okay. So, strawberry funnel cake. I expected much more out of this beer. I was obviously thinking about like the strawberry fandango. I had a little bit of 450 hopes in here. I thought, okay, Sonder's been around. They're gonna deliver something. They know what the beer drinkers want.
I'm a crying clown right now.
This, so that's the Can Out Boner segment. We'll go ahead and close that out. By every measure that I can that I can imagine, this beer's bad.
And that's the bottom line.
It's just I can't, like, there's sometimes when we drink a beer, especially like the European ones where they have a lot that European metal water in it, and it's just like that this was brewed correctly. It's just we don't like it because that's not the type of beer we drink. And I'm like, okay, it's just not for me. Maybe I don't get it, and I don't want to embarrass myself. But I can't personally. I can't speak for everybody's taste buds, but I can't personally determine. I can't imagine that there's a lot of people out there who drink this beer and go, "Yep, we did it. We made it exactly as we were supposed to." It's so bad. It's so bad that the only good thing about this beer, and this is really, 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 really a stretch. I'm going to just make sure that I want to say what I'm about to say.
Is the company I'm drinking it with. That's the only good thing.
That is a good thing.
I can't wait for you to try to redeem this, but...
I hadn't thought of that. No. Well, that is one of the good things. But the only good thing about the actual taste of this beer is that many moons after it's done, tasting like shit, the aftertaste does have a strawberry tinge to it. On the breath. It's very light, but it's there.
You passed by a strawberry field with your mouth.
Yeah, right, exactly. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. Otherwise, this beer is... yeah, I mean, incense is a great way to put it. It tastes like a...
cheap perfume.
The dust off of a well-traveled carpet that you're beating... you're beating a carpet and the dust accidentally gets in your mouth when I don't know if you have any, like, area rugs that you ever have taken out and hit with a stick, but sometimes the dust gets in your face and your mouth, and you're like, oh, that tastes fucking terrible. That's really where this beer sits in my mind. I also was not expecting to go sub 2 today. I was excited about both of these beers. I thought I was going in the 4s for both of them, but this beer is just, it's not fair to Sonder, but it has to be done because we speak the truth.
Truth saves.
This beer is along the same lines as Wild Ohio. It's fucking terrible. I would never, ever drink this beer again. I don't want to finish this beer. This beer is sub 1. Only reason I can't give it a 0.25 is because it isn't. I don't want to spit it out. Like, that's what I think 0.25 is like. You can't even just drink another drop of it. So I'm going to say 0.75 on this beer. It is nearly undrinkable. It is approaching undrinkable.
So something that I thought of, and I'm going to adjust it, and everyone knows what I'm going to allude to once I... okay. So at no point in your rambling, incoherent brewing were you anything close to anything that should be considered a rational beer. Everyone in this room and on this podcast is now dumber for having drank your beer.
Yes.
I award you no points, or 0.75 and 1.5, and may God have mercy on your soul. This it's something went afoul here.
Yeah.
You're not high-fiving each other in the brewery on this one. And we're on record. We've had 4 or 5 different beers of Sonder, and you guys have done really well.
They have a deal with Kings Island. That's an amazing accomplishment, but maybe they're high-fiving for that.
Yeah, they're hammering fucking checks.
This isn't a good beer. It does taste like incense and dust. Those are the two only things I can describe this beer as, with a hint of strawberry. I can't. Can't do it.
I'm gonna drink it all just to prove a point
because
that I can overcome. But I've had a day, and we've talked about this.
Yeah.
And I've been on a roller coaster day. It started off good, and then it went shit, and then it was really good, catching up, and then it went to shit again.
Yeah, with this beer.
Damn it, Sonder. It's only going to get up from here, though.
Man.
I would buy the other ones off of you, because if you're just going to give them away, like I will give you money, because these are.
You don't have to give me money.
These are going to be fun.
I can bring them to you.
These are going to be fun gag gifts.
I would likely never drink these, so yeah, I'll bring them next time.
What you should do, if you want to keep it, is next year for the advent calendar, replace beers.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Like take somebody's monumental beer or whatever,
oh, man.
and be like, what do you think of today's beer? And like play stupid.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll just on their list we'll write down.
Yeah.
It was Sonder.
It would take planning or whatever, and execution or whatever.
We could do it.
We could do it. We could do a roulette wheel of beer too, because God, this is. Ugh. Anyways.
Yeah, bad beer.
I'm almost done. Fucking incense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drink it. It's too horrible.
There's no fucking judgment on this one. I judge a lot of the times. I'm not gonna judge on this one.
It's bad.
It's a personal achievement. Man overcoming. I should duct tape that beer and save it for somebody. Just throw it in the fridge. Like duct tape the top of it.
Oh yeah. Oh, like the undrink part? No, you don't have to do that. Well, I can give you.
No, I'm just saying in the immediate future, like, hey, Steb, come over. Steb listens.
No, he listens. And he deserves better. He deserves better than this.
He does.
We
deserve
for
better
all
than
of his
that.
friendship and loyalty. He deserves better than this beer. And it's crazy because before drinking it, I'd be like, oh, I got this awesome Kings Island beer.
I can't wait.
Funnel cake, sour, dude. It's gonna be great.
I want to check out more.
You want to check out more what?
More of this beer. I'm gonna call around.
More Kings. Call around. They have plenty of it. I'm sure they're overflowing.
Sorry, Stacy.
Man, that's crazy. It's so unfortunate.
It's all the
if you do want some of this beer, though, for real,
it's going to be available.
If you enjoyed our review of this beer, they have it at Crispy Crunchy Chicken.
You'll also find it in recycling bins everywhere.
Yeah, dumped. It's bad. Yeah. You got any thoughts on sports that you want to talk about up front? We got some WWE, got the Super Bowl. We got a lot of baseball moves been happening.
God, there's so much. Quick hits. I'm beginning to think that at the Rumble, they called an audible that Punk was supposed to win, and they gave it to Cody. People are starting to convince me of that.
Really? You think that was an audible?
They called an audible, just how they're trying to still push Cody to Seth. And then, Punk was going to go for Seth too, but it's just the winner was always going to go there.
Who's supposed to fight Roman Reigns?
The Rock, but I don't think for the belt. I think the belt would have went to.
So can we just stop then?
So again, I don't know. God, that's a whole different podcast.
Yeah, it probably is.
Would require a lot.
I'm not into it anymore.
Good beer.
I understand that it's business. I understand that I'm not. It's not about who's a good wrestler, but it's just like, come on.
If we're talking like places where like we're fandom, so like Brewers, because we're
the Brewers made a good move.
20 days. Reese Hoskins on a prove it deal for $17 million is an amazing deal.
I'm jealous of that deal.
He's not going to re-sign. It's a 1 year deal. Don't look at it as a 2 year deal. Just look at it as 1 year because he's just going to recover. Hopefully he gives us like 28-30 and like 95 to 115. Anything above that would be amazing, but it's going to be an uptick in production where Tellez wasn't there, and Tellez is on the Pirates now. So
Hoskins is a great pickup.
Super Bowl, I've been doing really well with my parlay bets. I had my over-unders inverted this last weekend, so I could almost start doing a betting. Football's almost over, but I'm up a couple of cash ducats on parlays. I made the Mahomes. I had a 5-leg parlay that I made by 1.5 yards last week.
Wow.
And Christian McCaffrey I only made by 3.5. So I made it by 1.5 yards and then 3.5 yards on a 5-leg parlay. It was a $5 parlay and I made like 130.
Wow, really good.
Yeah,
really good. Yeah, I don't bet.
It's fun. I only do like $5 and $10, and Stacy does it too. So like we have fun.
Yeah, I want to. I mean, I've done it before, and like I go through all the parlays, and then I get bored, and I stop.
Yeah.
Wind up not betting because it takes too long.
Then the
apps are poorly made. I would say they need to make. There needs to
on my computer.
A more accessible way to kind of get to the point of the fucking bet. Like it takes too long.
And then I take all my money out. I take all my winnings out.
Yeah, good idea.
So.
I think I think that the Super Bowl, my preferences were the two teams that lost in the championship series. I thought that a Ravens-Detroit game would have been a lot of fun to watch. I'm sure the 49ers Chiefs will be great, but I just don't care about either team. I really don't care about any of the four teams, but I just was hoping for something. I like the story. I like the story of an underdog. I don't have the same disdain for Detroit that I do for Green Bay, so I'm fine with Detroit winning. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. And having Eminem be their Taylor Swift was kind of nice.
I like the narrative of them being, and they shit on themselves, but I like the narrative of them never getting there.
Mm-hmm. I like that too.
It's going to make that, the sour is going to make it so much more sweet when it does happen.
Yeah.
Because it will happen.
And the Hard Knocks really opened up my eyes to the coach. I thought, well, this guy's good. He's got it together. This is a guy I'd follow. But they didn't make it, so And then baseball-wise, yeah, the Cubs haven't really made a lot of deals. They got a pitcher and a coach, but we've already talked about that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm ready for baseball season to start. Pitchers and catchers report in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm still on the road. I mean, I still haven't switched my lanyard at work, and that will happen when pitchers and catchers report. The Reds have spent a lot of fucking money. So if they can build that, because Votto's going to be gone, Votto's going to be to the Angels probably. So, but they don't need him. He's a liability.
Yeah, they don't need him.
So
they got their future.
Yeah, they've got arguably the best infield in the fucking game.
Yeah.
So
who's their first baseman going to be?
Whoever they, I don't think it's going to be Stevenson, but
yeah. Well, they got a good infield. Yeah, even just the middle infield alone is probably the best in the game.
And what makes me feel old again is Justin Turner being 39.
Oh yeah, right.
God, it just seems
our
like
age, didn't they call him like fucking ancient?
Anyways, maybe more sports next week because I feel like there's a lot there. We don't want to crack that can of tuna.
Yeah, no, that can of tuna staying.
It would smell better than this fucking beer.
Can of tuna, chode can.
So much incense in this beer.
Yeah, I'm not drinking it, so I'm done with it.
I'm there.
That's it. That's episode 264. We did it. We got through it.
Once again.
We did it, but this one was much more difficult. This was an uphill climb with these beers. Oh. I mean, I didn't like either of them. You gave a 3.75 to the peanut butter cup. And you had it against the backdrop of last week's peanut butter beer.
Yeah, I mean,
which is surprising.
It wasn't. This beer is offensive. This beer kicked my grandma.
I'm offended by both beers.
Bro. That's it.
But that's it. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe, like, and comment below.